here we go. So I thought it was going to be warmer today because it was a beautiful day yesterday. If you caught my regular content, I was outside in a sweater and just went to plug in my tractor because I need to feed the horses later on today. The wind is out and it is chilly. It might be warmer later on, but right now there's still a brisk breeze. Hi, Cake. I think I'm just going to stop there. That name is quite long, but thank you for coming in. Let's see, who did I take outside with me? I think I got Luke and Lulu and Bo in his jacket. And I thought I was going to walk down the south side of my property because the horses have been going out there late at... the dogs have been going out there late at night. So I thought I'd see what's up. But I woke up to see there's a bit of frost. Let's see if I could adjust this up a bit. I don't know if you guys can see very well. There's a bit of frost on the trees. So, hi Daddy Dutch. We get these little teasers of warm weather and everything starts to melt, and the snow has melted off the roof of my house. And then the next day is just a regular cold day. Hi, back road. Oh, geez. Can see that we have had a lot of wind though. I haven't driven the tractor down here in 2 weeks because that's how long the bales will last. But the wind has blown the snow and kind of drifted up. And I am wearing my snowshoes. The snow isn't deep here, but on the south side it will be. You know, I do like the changing seasons of where I live, but eventually it just becomes too long. So, because I think usually by Halloween every year we have snow, and I don't think this year was any exception. So that's November, December, January, February. Now we're into March. I'm hoping at least April will be different. But I got a good supply of hay. The hay actually worked out really well this year. Typically in the past, one bale would last a week. And I guess there's better nutritional content in these. They last 2 weeks. Yeah, you guys sitting there in the heat. It's not so much that I want the heat because I want to sit in the heat, although I do enjoy that. It's the motivation to get things done. When it's cold, I don't want to do work outside. And when there's snow in your way, I put it off even longer. Like, I know this fence here needs to be mended, but I think I probably could put it off for another couple of weeks because the horses aren't going to be jumping into the snowbanks. I'm just looking at the tiny little footprints again. And again, I didn't pre-announce my live. Not sure what it is about me, but I still get anxious right before my live. There's my feeble attempt to try and clear snow around the bales. Nice big drift here. I'm going to be pushing that around today because I have to get one of these put out. The horses still do have, snow procrastination. The horses do still have a couple days of hay, but that's the thing. I work during the week and I cannot get home, plug the tractor for a couple hours and still have daylight. Right now we are getting daylight past 6 o'clock, but it's not enough time, so I have to do all my chores like that on the weekend. Oh, there's some firewood right there. Hi, Glacier. 3 feet of snow. Where are you, Glacier? Oh, I think I have bunny tracks here. These are really old though, because it's all blown in. Cake, my horses aren't trained. Oh, there's a squirrel just went in the snow there. I'm trying to train Jack to pull a sleigh, but that's just one horse. And I left him untied, hooked up to the sleigh, because he stopped at a fence. And when I came back outside, he had moved, but he had moved the sleigh into a tree and bent the rod that is bracing it. So I have to fix that before I put him back on. So I can't, but my dad still does use his horses. And my plan is, and I hope it works out, during spring break, did Glacier say where he is? Oh, okay, Alaska. My dad still uses, he's got a team of Percherons. He's had heavy horses all his life, different breeds, Belgians, Percherons. And he has always taken the sleigh and the horses to go gather wood because he uses a wood-burning stove. You know, things have changed from the beginning. He would have been doing it with an axe, and now he's got his chainsaw, but still the horses. And I would like to go out there and film him going to get a load of wood. See, this is the fence, and the horses don't even realize it because they haven't even been up here. But that barbed wire needs to be fixed, and then the other barbed wire is in the drift, so if they ever walked here, they could walk right over this. Yeah, hi Jerry. My horses do need to work out. They've been fed well this winter. They have a lot of fat on their backs. But come springtime, I do want to work with Rain and Ty. They're my other adult horses, just to see how far I can go with them. I don't have any plans to ride them, but it would be cool if I did ever get them in a harness. I just left them too long. I think they're like 14 and 13 years old now. The dogs are investigating this tree. This is all I have. Hi, Nora. There's down trees everywhere. Could have a lot of firewood. Cake, they're not gonna come here because there's no food here. There's only a 2-foot snowdrift. So what they do is they go to where the hay bale is and they go to where the water is. When the snow starts melting, hi Jessica, I will be here before they do, before they start to walk this way. That's also why I'm procrastinating the fix of it, because I don't want to start tearing the barbed wire out of the snowdrift. And I don't know how it got broken. I'm gonna guess maybe it got snapped because a deer jumped over it. Because I know the horses didn't do it. Just checking to see if I missed anyone. Oh, and I can see all the trees I need to come and trim because right now I am pointing straight down a road. So anything in the center of the screen needs to be cut down. Nora, I think if you're talking about Trip, he bucked into a fence. And I didn't see it happen. I'm just assuming that he bucked into it, and when he flipped, that's when he snapped his leg. Because all I saw was a down fence. I heard the noise, and then I discovered a horse standing there with a... You couldn't see that it was broken, but when you tried to move him, you knew it was. So, yeah, that was pretty horrific. But he did breed my 2 mares that I had. Those were the first 3 horses I ever had. So I have his bloodlines in the colt, Rip. Not Casey, but Rip. Because he was a dun, and all that coloring comes from him. And I'm pretty sure he is from, not that I expect anybody to know, but he's from Driftwood bloodlines. Oh, which brings me to, I don't know if anybody is here. He is a crossbreed. He looks like the short-haired pointer that his mom was. And then I always say the other one wrong. The King Charles Spaniel was his dad, but he doesn't look anything like his dad. But when you look at him, he has a smaller face than a German short-haired pointer, but he is the best dog. He always sticks by my side. As you see, the coonhounds are busy in the bush tracking some kind of scent. I'm not sure if the people that were on my last live are here again. I left that live and I went to check Google for birthmarks. Okay, Nora, you know which one I'm talking about. If horses could have birthmarks because of the mark on Casey's face. Initially I thought it was dirt, but now I'm starting to think it's something else. And indeed they do. They are called bend or markings. And it comes from a horse named Bend or O-R. And what was he? He was a thoroughbred racehorse, early 1900s. And the markings are named after him because he had them and he's passed them to his offspring. So then I had to go and check whether or not my horses had any of that in their bloodlines. And of course, you can go back to all the greats. When I check out my horses, I could even go back to Man O' War. It's far removed though. We're talking generations here. But so I started looking at the mare. She is a Cremello and her name is TCR Drifting Snow. And all you have to do is go to the website All Pedigree, type in your horse's name and it'll show. And I started looking at the very last generation that was posted and I couldn't find anything. Of course, I didn't really go all the way down, but I thought, oh, let's go to the stud, see if it's from his side. And his name is Dynamo Teddy. Oh, Bo's stepping on my snowshoes again. And Dynamo Teddy probably was given his name from the person who sold him to me because he had Teddy bloodlines. And so I clicked on Teddy, and sure enough, Teddy goes back to Bend or. So I was thinking it would if he has a marking rather than it's just a dirt spot. But I won't be able to tell till spring when he sheds all his hair. Look at how deep the snow is. Bo just sat. But most of the snow is all drifted in. Oh, he's having trouble. This is why I'm wearing snowshoes, so I don't fall in every step I take. Oh, there goes his leg. He shakes a lot. He gets excited and he starts trembling. He's a high energy dog. He's cracking through all the snow right now. When he was young, the deck that I have on my house, around my house, it's only a foot or two off the ground. He used to vault off of it because he'd be so happy. He'd run across the deck and spring into the air. But he's coming 12 years old now. He's slowing down a bit. Hi, Kyle. Oh, we're gonna have to keep moving. He's starting to lift his paw up. Must be getting a little bit chilled. So other than that tree, I do not see anything that the dogs would have run out to. But I guess I still have a bit of a ways to walk. Yeah, but he is a bird dog, but you know, he was the only dog, well, I shouldn't say that, the father of all my coonhounds and Bo, the bird dog, were able to go into the chicken coop and they never touched any of the chickens. But the dogs that I have now, not so much. They think it's a game. Hi, Heather. You missed my explanation about the birthmark. If it is a birthmark, they come from a horse in the, I don't know, it was early 1900s. His name was Bend Orr. Yes, Jerry, I have no chainsaw and I have no ability to do this. Everything that I need to trim is going to be done by hand. Let's see, I didn't finish that thought. So Heather, it may be because of this horse that had birthmarks and passed it on to his offspring, because he is in the bloodlines of the horses that I have. Hi, Neil. I think I missed somebody else there. Hi, Uncle. Yeah, Jerry, when I first moved here, we did a lot of trimming and my dad walked down here because he's the one that uses the chainsaw. And if you don't trim every year, the trees come back so fast. But I know for sure, I didn't even mow it down here. I know for sure I have to get to it this spring. Because from my house down here, looping up to the Cottonwood tree, I used to run this. It's like a little grass track. And I measured it. It's exactly 1 kilometer. So if I go around it 5 times, I get my 3 miles in, which is enough exercise for me. Well, thank you, Cake. Yeah, and do you have these crazy maple trees? They're not even the good ones. They're not sugar maples. Hi, Beth. Maple trees grow like weeds. Like with a poplar, they send out the suckers and your bush will move and grow into your pastures if you don't trim them. But if you cut down a poplar, it's dead. that tree doesn't grow again. And with the maples, you cut it and 5 branches grow from where you cut it. Yeah, I wonder what I'm gonna do as I age, because I will never move off of here unless I should never say never. If I ever had millions of dollars, I would buy a bigger ranch. But I think as I get older, I'm just gonna have to save some money and hire younger people to do the work that I need done. Because I'm not a city person. Or I could just let the land grow over and change my channel into a wilderness channel. Hi, Phil. Yeah, I live close enough to, what is it? Well, we have a city, but this city is probably a large town in comparison to US. Our population is nowhere near. But I'm 45 minutes away, and it's all highway. Yeah, that is why we have kids. I don't think my kids are interested in this. They might like it for the peacefulness, but my son is techie, and my daughter is seeing someone who lives in Indiana. So, and I don't mind, because I never did this because I wanted my kids to take this over. This is what I wanted. But it will be left for them. They can sell it and split whatever it's worth. Yeah, cake. I don't know. Maples are just really hard to. If one's in the way, you have to get to the root ball. It just grows back. I don't think Bo's enjoying this walk because he's stepping on my snowshoes a lot. I think the snow is just too deep for him. I wonder. He does. He just gives up. But you know, if I was walking without snowshoes, I would too. I wonder if I'm not going for a long walk today. It's like 23 minutes in. I was going to turn back. I packed my pocket with cookies, and I was going to go back to the horses. Phil, I don't know what you were referring to when you said "and not cheap." I'd like to know where the mic is, so that you can angle it away from me. But look at this. This fence is at least 3 feet off the ground. And there's only about a foot of post left. Let's see. Bo's rocking right on top of this drift. I know my dog's made part of this trail, but something's been cutting across here. So I don't know if it's deer or what that they've been chasing after. Let's see. There's a lot of willow type trees here. Hi, Sheena. Hopefully the wind died down a little. You guys are getting the full effect of how cold it is. Thanks, Sheena. I see my dogs are kind of on the edge of the property. The neighbors are potato farmers, and they pushed up a bunch of snow. I would assume because of maintenance on whatever. I have no idea. I just know they cleared a huge path right to the edge. Yeah, definitely, Jerry. I think that was Jerry. Well, the dogs have been doing something out here because they sure broke through the snow. Yeah, Sheena, I'm kind of jealous. All the channels that I follow are talking about getting gardens started and what they're going to plant. It won't be long before it is summer, though. And then I'll be like, oh, it's so hot today. I was thinking about that. I always have to worry about my camera and whether it's going to last in the cold for an hour. And I've envisioned what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to work in the round pen and just do a bunch of horse things. And then I'm going to have to worry about my camera overheating in the sun. I'll have to build it a little house, a shade house for it. Oh, what are you getting, Phil? Oh, that had to be Lulu because she didn't lift up her leg. Quite a few trucks out here. Well, the dogs definitely have a trail, so there's got to be something cutting across the property because there's no reason for them to be walking out here. And it has been so cold recently. This week had been warmer, like above -10, and some days we got above 0, but the week before that was a full week of -30. It was not nice. Look at how hard this snow is. They're just walking on top. Oh, cool. Make a video of it. And you're expanding your garden too. Can't wait to see all that stuff. Yeah, this is a definite frozen snowdrift. Did the wind die down now that I'm pointed another way? Hi, Tiger. Hey, no problem, Jerry. I tried to respond. Sometimes, I shouldn't say sometimes, a lot of times I watch people's content because I've gotten to know you. I think that would be like 90% of my views is because I know the people, not because shouldn't say that I don't enjoy, but like, let's say for instance, your cooking channel. I have this weird relationship with food. I eat it because you need to eat to survive. I honestly don't really care for how it's cooked, I guess, unless it's burnt. But I will watch it because I know you. I have never gone to watch somebody's cooking channel if I wasn't subscribed to them. The only time I did it was a jam because I needed the instructions on how to have these berries growing, although my plants have all died. Sea buckthorn jam. I made it and I loved it, and everybody I know that tried it hated it. So I have weird tastes. But you go hang out with people you know. If I were to pick the topic of discussion, I'd be talking about horses all the time, and that's not enjoyable for everyone. So they definitely got the scent of something because she's barking funny. I don't know. I don't know if I explained that correctly. I don't know if it sounds awful. I just missed who said good morning. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Multi-Hunter. I don't think I said hi to you. I only have 2 coon hounds, and then I have Bo, the German short-haired pointer cross. Well, you're welcome, Vanessa. I love this. I feel more comfortable doing these lives, probably because my face isn't on the camera. But I don't know. I just find it easier to walk and talk whatever comes into my mind rather than if I'm sitting in my house. I always feel like I got to have a game going or some kind of entertainment. And I just gave up on my Monday lives. That would be... Who did I say I had? Luke and Lulu? I think that's Luke that's got the scent of something. I don't know if he's wrecked all of the... It's really easy to walk on top of the snow. I don't know whose footprints are whose to be able to tell. Is OJ here? Coffee chat? Or are you just talking about a coffee chat? Oh, you know, I need to do more walking, Sheena. Because I know if I start, I gotta restart Jack. Not that I think he's gonna be a problem, but I only ever trained him to walk, and I need to train some different gaits on him. But I can't do it while I'm out of shape like this. Yeah, I can't see anything because they've been walking everywhere. And I'm pretty sure these big paw prints are theirs. So that's how awesome these dogs are, though. You see nothing and they're scenting that somebody was here. But I can see, probably wasn't picked up on the camera, all the way down the beginning of the ravine here, up to the other side of the field, there's tracks. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if you guys can tell. Hi, handicap. As I choke on my saliva. I have a iPhone 14 Pro Max right now. And I don't know if you guys are getting wind. I'm starting to turn back to the house. How's my battery? I can't tell my battery life right now. I'm hoping that it'll tell me I'm low when I'm getting low. Like, he's just walking in circles right now. I'm talking in circles. So I've been shooting in cinematic. Of course, you don't have that option when you go live. Oh yeah, I don't do that kind of stuff, Sheena. I'm not that brave. What was I saying? Oh, I film in cinematic. I have gotten some compliments on the past couple of videos I've done. I don't know if people have noticed there's a different quality. But other than that feature, I don't know if there's much of a difference. I had an iPhone XR, so that's 10R. To this phone is a 1/2 inch bigger, and it has the ability to do cinematic, and it has twice as much storage. I think, Sheena, you were saying, yeah, I heard you talk about your dad before. Oh, that's cool, Tiger. Bo, here. Bo, come here. Bo's not going to sniff it because he's not like that, but the horses would do that. See, and Lulu just came, but she's not interested. Multi-hunter, so where was I going with that story? Oh, so now that I've committed to this new phone, and I am happy with it, I just thought there was going to be a huge difference. So it is an upgrade, and it's great, but going back to what Sheena said about the GoPro, that's going to be my next investment, because I have a good camera on my phone now. I'm not going to invest in those Canon or Sony ones. That's where I was trying to get with my story. Here, this is how bad it was blowing in this area. If you guys notice, that's the top of my fence. And obviously the wire is being weighed down, but the snowdrift is above the fence. Like, I can see it's angled down because of the weight of the snow, and that would be because it's loose. But yeah, there's no fence sticking up, and the horses are here. They could walk right over this if they want, but the thing is, they're not going to come here because they're going to be sinking into 2 to 3 feet of snow. So this is another potential site they could run out, but what for? The food isn't here. Just a lot of snow. Okay, what does this look like? Is that just an old dog print? Possibly. I think it got warped because it looks funny. Warped from melting and stuff. Almost looks like a different type of animal, but I'm going to attempt to go down this drift. What did Sheena say just now? Oh, I've never heard of that. I don't even have a phone case for my phone yet. I have an old eyeglass pouch, and I slide my phone in there to transport it. Because when I put it on the gimbal, you can't have a case on it. So I have to order myself one. All right, I don't feel wind on me. Oh, now I do. How's the mic, guys? Is Emar TV here? Hello, if you are. Missed a couple people. Oh, I'll have to go to Amazon and see if they have that kind of stuff. Because if they did, I don't know if this is true because I've never looked into it. I just pick up the phone and don't read about anything. Somebody said the newer phones have built-in stabilizers. Hi, Jonathan. So I was wondering if that's true and if I did need my gimbal all the time. Because if you could strap the phone on, then I could go riding and have the phone on me. Thanks, Jerry. I'm still questioning whether it works or not. I'll find out in a couple days if any hours get added on. I know that I have gained some. There was one day where I had a huge jump. And it wasn't because of my live. I got almost 20 hours one day. And I had already gotten my hours from my live. I can see the horses. You guys probably can't see them. They're eyeing me up, but see, if this was summer, they could have been running up to me already. I'm just trying to read. Yeah, Butler, honestly, I think that if you run it once, I have no proof of this, but I really truly believe that it counts once. So thank you for doing that. But I would say you can save yourself the time of running it, because I don't think repeated running works. We should angle this up a bit more. Well, we'll see. Now that I know that you said last night, it always happens 2 days later. So I'll be on the lookout to see if it changes and let you know. So that would be, these hours will show up on Tuesday. So that means tomorrow I'll be on the lookout. Although tomorrow's hours are going to help with the video I dropped yesterday. Hi, Terry. Or it could be Mike. Well, I'll get back to you, Jerry, and see if I see a difference. But in the meantime, I want to keep creating that content, because that's the one thing, I think that's almost the most important thing, right? You have to be consistent and keep going and try to get better, because I know I'm very lazy with my edits. Oh, it is Mike today. I don't really edit at all. The video I made yesterday, I think I may have cut out 1 or 2 minutes, and I just joined it all together, and that was it. Well, the horses have been out this far because dogs don't bust up the snow that much. Whew, I'm panting now. You see what I mean about my horses won't get out right now? They don't even want to bother coming to me. I guess I should say, while I'm thinking about it, you guys need to check out MT Homestead at 2 o'clock, which is in what, 2 hours, 15 minutes? Let's talk about our Yes, Jerry, here's the one thing. I gotta get better at filming. I always use Saturday to film my regular content because it's my day off, right? So I'll have to make a plan to do it early in the day so I can catch you live. But MT Homestead does their shoutouts at 2 o'clock Central today, and right after my live, Belt Loop 29 is going to be doing a shout out where you come up and visit. So if you want to advertise your channel a bit, both of those places. Mike, is it open today or do you have a guest? You guys aren't going to come to me? You want me to come to you? Yeah, that's why they won't come here, because heaven knows they probably hurt their hooves. They're not dumb though, they know I'm getting there. Jonathan, I used to, that big open field that I was at. Okay, awesome, Mike. So yeah, there's 2 opportunities to advertise your channel today. First at Belt Loop in about 15 minutes, and then at MT at 2 CST. That open field, when I first moved here, the deer were migrating or something. And let's see if I can show you. Do you see that oak tree? I'll position it center. And behind that, I put a goat hut. And it's all rotten now because I don't have the goats anymore. But it's kind of a hill and it's the highest point of my property. I was standing there overlooking the alfalfa or hay field, and there were hundreds of deer there. And I also sat in the living room of my house, and right in my yard, like 5 feet away from the house, which is a trailer, came a line of coyotes. So I had a lot of traffic. The traffic stopped when I fenced in the horse pastures in the front. And now that I have my dogs, they pretty much take care of everything and chase it off. Which is, like, I was never meant to have 9 dogs. That was because nobody wanted to buy them and I just kept them and whatever. But anyway, I will always have dogs for protection. So I just will never, once these dogs go, I will never do this again, because it's like having, I don't know, however many dogs I have in the house at night. If I have 4 or 5, it's like having 4 babies. Every hour they're waking up and they want out, and I get maybe 1 or 2 hours sleep in a row. It's just really hard. Well, it's easier than having a baby, I shouldn't say, but similar is what I'm saying. I try to get him to show you that he took the cookie, but you can hear him crunching. They love their cookies though. Not shaking their head at it anymore. But they're in I'm wearing gym pants and they're in my pocket, and that's what the horses are always lowering their head. Oh, see, this is why they don't like, see how he's sunk? That's why they don't go out into the deep snow. But the fact that this is not safe because I cannot move fast, and they're gonna get pushy on me, and my feet are 3 feet long. I need to take my snowshoes off so I can maneuver. Ty wants his cookie though. I get some pretty shorts out of here as I chase them around. Is that a bot? snack. See, Ty is looking at my feet wondering what is she doing. I got recipes from Scout Inquirer last time. And see, he's getting scared because my feet. I need to take my snowshoes off. Meanwhile, Jack is just pushing on me from behind. Stop, Jack. But bought ones. Stop. Okay. I gotta walk away. I'm just freaking them out. I'm not doing anything except for walking, and they're scared of my feet. But it could make for a pretty short, right? Oh, cool. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, Scout Inquirer gave me several recipes, and I just received them. So next time I go shopping, I need to make sure I have all the ingredients. I'm gonna try some homemade ones. But the only kind of apple that I've ever given these horses is that I have an apple tree. And the treats that I have now, I just bought them. So my horses are all new to it. But see, not much hay left. I'll be doing my chores later on. Well, Sheena, my opinion on that, and I hate giving opinions because every horse person thinks they know the most, is like Jack right now, he's being pushy on me. And it's not safe because I can't move quickly because of my horse snowshoes. But he knows that if he walks into my hand, he's going to get bumped. And if he pushed even more, then that bump is going to be felt even more. These guys are not trained, but Rain, before he was cut, he was like that. And so he would get bumped if he tried to bite. Oh, you know that tree? Okay, I gotta get my snowshoes off. That tree that I had Cletus barking at yesterday, there must be a squirrel living in it because the dogs are freaking out over it right now. Okay, now I got, oh, sorry if you guys got sky there. I got my snowshoes off now so Ty won't freak out. Oh, you dropped it, Ty. Well, nobody can touch Ty or Rain's feet. I can trim Jack's. Oh, Jack's picking up my snowshoe. My horses don't have chewing issues, so they have not had any dental work. I don't think he's going to. He's really spooked over those horseshoes. The horses behind me are playing with them right now. I suppose, Sheena, once these horses get really old, if they ever came up with dental problems, then I would take care of them as needed, but I'm not gonna go call a dentist and pay for something that I don't need. It's just like humans. My dentist told me that I need a cap over my tooth, and I said, no, I'm not getting one, because all I've known is that you get a root canal, a cap, and then your tooth rots out, and then you have to pull it. So my opinion for myself is that if I have a problem, you're going to pull my tooth. And they did x-rays. They said there was nothing wrong with the tooth. I had extreme pain, and I lived with it. It's gone away. I still have my tooth. A year later, and I just went, this is a year later now, I just went to the dentist, new dentist because the other guy moved away. And he looks at my x-rays and he immediately goes, oh yeah, you got a crack. I'm like, well, you can't see the crack. They're just assuming that it's there. And he wants to do dental work. And I said, well, you know, I'm going to keep my tooth until it becomes a problem, and then we will pull it out because that's the cheapest option. I don't know. I just don't trust things. Yeah, handicap. But that's what I say. Like, if my horses need care, I will take care of them. I'm first going to try and do everything that I can on my own. And if I can't, then that's when I get help. I'm going to show you guys something. See, look, the horses could get out here and they don't. Yes, empty. And that's the first thing. Like, Jack was really low on weight a year or two ago, but I had to, Jack, can you stop? He needed deworming is what his problem was. I'm just not gonna have snowshoes. I have to make a short out of that. I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if you can see it. And it's not focusing on his leg. Oh, and he's gonna go to the bathroom for me right now. Give me a second. Hi, Lance. I want to show you his leg. He has a bit of a scar on it, but you can't see because it's all covered in about midsection there. Do you see that little bump? That would be scar material. This guy, oh, that was crazy. This guy here wasn't cut, and I got him cut late, like maybe when he was 8 years old. Got in a fight with this guy, Dominance, and Rain ripped the back of Jack's leg, but he didn't rip any important stuff. It was the skin peeled back, but it looked horrible and he bled a lot. And I called my vet immediately, and what she told me was, if you put stitches in there, they'll probably rip because as the horse walks, they're gonna rip out. So basically, nothing could be done. I cleaned it daily for a year, and I wrapped him. I put meat tenderizer on it because it became this huge growth. It looked like a baseball on his leg. The thing disappeared and it healed up, and you can't even tell except for that little bump now. So I am lucky that there wasn't more damage, but faithfully for a year, I cleaned him up. And he got so good, I didn't even have to put him in a bridle. He would just stand there because I would give him his treat of oats so I could wash his leg down and rewrap him. I don't even know if you guys can hear me because there's obviously something there, but it's a small hole in the tree, so I'm assuming it's a squirrel. So it's not only the 3 dogs that I have out with me, it is also the ones that are still in the kennel that are making all this noise. And I'm probably missing people come in. That Namby. I used to use bacon grease or bag balm on cuts. Well, it wasn't a cut. There's a name for it. It becomes this big growth because I guess I didn't clean it immediately. I let it heal up, but then I had to cut that growth off. And I used meat tenderizer because it shrinks it. I don't know the name of it. They're sure tearing up this tree though. I need to start a fire in here though. So you can't see Bo's head because he's behind the tree, but he's barking at the hole. There must be like a center tunnel all throughout the tree. And there's got to be a squirrel inside. I'm not sure why the squirrel isn't smarter and doesn't go into a hole that is... Now, I don't think, unless it's a baby rabbit, because that tree isn't more than 3 or 4 inches. All right, Phil, looking forward to the video you post. So yeah, if it was a baby rabbit, I could see, but I've got so many squirrels here. I don't know if you guys can tell. Is it Luke or Lulu? They're trying to rip the tree apart with their jaw. But I need to get these snowshoes. Now Ty is trying to pick up the snowshoes. I don't know what the fascination is. Key. Anyway, I am over 60 minutes. So I think I'm going to say thank you for everyone for coming into my live. It's gotten quite noisy. I don't even know if I finished all the stories I started. Just one big distraction. But we'll probably see you over at Gary's channel. If not, maybe at MT's later. But thanks again. I appreciate everyone that comes in. And hopefully I see you next Sunday. Hi, Frank. I'm just ending. But thank you for stopping in. And Zombie, I never said hi to you. Sorry if I missed you guys. Yeah, Frank. We're heading over to well, everyone's welcome to head over to Belt Loops. That's where I'm going. So... I don't know how to pronounce that. Jambi and Chico. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but thank you for coming in. But, okay, we'll see you guys next time.